Let's go to Court TV producer Cody Thomas, who's on the case, joining us live from West Liberty, Kentucky, where tomorrow is a big, big day in all this. Before we get to that, though, I can't forget, Cody, I mean, the defendant here is the sheriff. And we were talking about, well, why is he still the sheriff? Is he going to resign? Is he going to be fired? What's the latest on all of that, Cody?
Well, Vinny, the big news of today, former Sheriff Shawn Stines has officially filed his resignation, and this comes on the heels of Governor Andy Beshear asking for him to resign from his position last week. Now, in that official filing today, it said, quote, Mr. Stines has made the difficult decision to effect his retirement as of September 30th, 2024. This decision is made not as a result of any ultimatum or in any way as a concession to any allegations made by the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Rather, Sheriff Stines has made this decision to allow for a successor to continue to protect his beloved constituents while he addresses the legal processes ahead of him. Now, Vinny, again, Andy Beshear called for his resignation last week, saying that if he didn't officially resign, that his office would move forward with their removal of Stines as sheriff. But based on the rhetoric in this letter, the resignation seems to be done in good spirits.
Yeah. Retirement after you shoot the judge in the chambers, allegedly, right? Yeah, it's a problem. I mean, like I said, everyone, including Sheriff Mickey Stines, presumed innocent, folks, presumed innocent. We've just heard reports about what happened, and, you know, we'll see. Now, I noticed on that letter some attorneys who were not the attorney that we saw in his first appearance, was a public defender. That was letterhead. What's going on here? He's got new attorneys?
That is exactly right, Vinny. That public defender is no more. He got two new attorneys today. Their names are Jeremy and Carrie Bartley. Now, Vinny, the interesting thing about these two new attorneys is that they are personal injury attorneys, so it's going to be interesting to see how they handle a murder case. But also, if you remember, the initial prosecutor on the case, Matt Butler, recused himself from the case due to his personal relationship with the victim, Judge Kevin Mullins. Take a listen to this statement that he made a few days ago.
My office is recusing, or has recused, out of the prosecution of Sheriff Mickey Stines related to the death of Kevin Mullins. Many of you are aware of the close personal relationship I had with Judge Mullins. You may know, for example, that we, for many years, were married to a pair of sisters. I had a close professional relationship with Sheriff Mickey Stines. A staff member of mine was in the judicial suite, or the district court suite, at the time this happened, and would likely be a witness in this case. And so it is customary and it is expected in this case that me and my entire office recuse.
And Vinny, the Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman has agreed to take over this case as far as the prosecution goes, and he informs the community that he will pursue justice in the fullest extent in this case.
Now, this is a potential capital case. A public servant or public person of the government, a judge, was shot and killed, makes it eligible for the death penalty in Kentucky. I'm wondering about these defense attorneys, if they're death penalty qualified in Kentucky, or if that's even necessary in Kentucky. I'm not sure, but I think that's going to be another issue sort of bubbling in the background here. Okay, you're there in front of the courthouse. What's going on tomorrow? Big day tomorrow.
Huge day tomorrow, Vinny. Preliminary hearing. This will be one of the first insights we have into the evidence that the state has against Mickey Stines. Witnesses will be called, evidence will be presented, and it also will give us insight as to a possible motive, because we still don't know why this shooting would have happened in those judges' chambers. So evidence will be presented to try to move this case from district court to circuit court, which will be a further push towards a real official jury trial down the line.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much, you know, these things can go in many different directions. The defense tries to make these very big when they can. Prosecutors really like to limit it. They want just enough to get it up to the next level, to the circuit court. It'll be interesting to see and hear the testimony, but I've got to think that if there was a reason behind any of this, if there was something on that cell phone that one of these defense attorneys in cross-examination is going to ask about that. All right, let's talk about the community. To me, that's another big part of the story. It's such a small community. I mean, we're talking like a handful of thousands of people. You've got an elected sheriff. You look at these images, just beautiful, beautiful part of the country. How is everyone out there day one on the ground for you?
Well, Vinny, right now we're actually in Morgan County, Kentucky, which is about 2 hours away from Letcher County. We spoke to the sheriff. He rode by earlier and spoke to us briefly, explaining why it's here. He said that the judge is a tri-county judge, and dealing with his caseload this week, it would have been easier for Stines to have this hearing here in Morgan County versus Letcher County. But we here at Court TV have spoken to residents over in Letcher County who are still very shocked to hear this news about what happened just less than 2 weeks ago. Take a listen to what some residents had to say a few days ago.
Yeah, we're very tight-knit. It's sad all the way around. I think everybody's kind of mourning in their own way.
It seems like everybody knew the two gentlemen involved.
Very well. We have one of the only restaurants downtown, and they frequent often, and were very good to us, both of them, so no negativity from my end.
What was your reaction when you heard the news last week?
Very shocked, very shocked.
So, Vinny, with this big day going on tomorrow with the preliminary hearing, hopefully some of those residents over in Letcher County have some of their questions answered.
We shall see. All right. Cody Thomas on the case in Kentucky. I'm sure I will speak with you tomorrow night.